Hey everyone! Welcome to BunniPhish Crafts. This is episode 14. Today is June 27th. Grab some sticks and string and come sit with me. I can't even remember my own intro today. I'm feeling very discombobulated. So today is not only not my normal recording day, but also not ideal recording conditions. It's rainy outside and I have just a very short time to record this and get it out. So this is going to be a short one. Administration first. Let's take care of that. Also, there's going to be cars driving by. I normally try to edit that out, but I'm not going to today. I hope you can live with it. I'm thinking this is going to be about a 10-minute podcast, so hopefully you can put up with it for that. If not, I'm sorry, but do stay for this little part of administration at the beginning and then head out if you need to. Okay, so the summer shorties knit along started on June 15th. So if you finished a sock after June 15th, as long as it was not more than 50% complete on June 15th, it totally counts. I think that I have mentioned it to everybody who's posted one in the small things knit along, that you can go ahead and post it over in the finished object thread, which I opened yesterday. I'm sorry it was so late. Let me just throw this out there really quick. If you know that I'm supposed to open a thread, feel free to open a thread, like an episode thread. Apparently I haven't posted the last 2 episodes in a thread. Really sorry about that. I will do that today, but feel free to do that for me if you notice it's not there, because a lot of, especially over the summer, a lot of my uploading and stuff is going to be in between doing 87,000 things. So feel free to do that. If there's a knit along thread, you can feel free to open that. I can edit the post, so just be like, this is for the knit along, and then save especially for like a knit along, save a post for prizes, and then feel free to either chat or post FO pictures, whatever's supposed to go on in there. So yes, the summer shorties thread is up, and all of the rules are listed there. It runs through August 15th. If you have any questions, put them in the small things thread and feel free to tag me. It might take me up to a week to get back to you, but I will try to be better about being on Ravelry. It's just, summers are hectic. Anyone with small humans who are suddenly all on them knows that. Okay, onto the small things. I'm drawing 2 winners this week. You guys are kicking butt. We have 117 finished things as of this morning, and I am going to make an executive decision. Ellison asked if she could post on a 10-stitch blanket when she finished a scrap of yarn. And I said she had to get 3 people to approve it. She got 2 people to approve it. I'm going to make an executive decision on this and say that it's fine as long as the scrap that you're using takes up 100 stitches in a 10-stitch blanket sort of situation, or a like a granny stripe blanket sort of thing. If you do 100 stitches, let's say 50 stitches for a double crochet granny stripe, just so that, you know, if you are working on those blankets, they can still count for this, because I want as much to count for this as possible. So yes, I will try to remember to amend that in the rules. If I forget, someone please remind me. Anyway, 2 winners this week. So number 6, which was in post 13, and it is Philippa MC Mitered Squares. And the second winner is number 99, which was in post 79, and that is Mama C. And she also did miters. So miters were lucky this week. If you both would let me know what you're interested in, and I think I'm going to make the executive decision. So this is the executive decision. I don't think. I'm just going to hold all the prizes until the end of July, and then I will send them out in one big batch, so I only have to go to the post office once. And also because every entry counts all the time. That way, if you win a second time, I don't have to send 2 packages and waste postage. So let me know what you want. I will set it aside. If you also want to send me your shipping address now, that's cool. And that way I just have it so it's ready. But I'm not going to send anything out until probably the first week of August. All right. I will show you my whips really quick. They're pretty much the same thing as last week. I don't know if I actually worked on my Apothecary Fibers / Phoenix Fiber Company, or if I know that last night I wound off the fiber that I had on the bobbin so that it could start the last quarter. Last night I had a winding party. I wound yarn for my next design socks, and I wound yarn for the mitts. Also, I've kind of decided that it's just my June goals are actually going to be my summer goals, the ones that I made at the at the end of last month for what I was going to do, because I don't know why I think that I'm not going to be as busy as I am, even though my kids have been gone for a week and a half now. Like, the thing is, I've done so much around the house, so much painting. The living room is finally painted completely. I've done so much painting, so much cleaning, organizing, that there just hasn't been as much knitting. So those are going to be my summer goals. First up is the Walk the Block Mystery Knit Along. I have just started week 3. Week 4 has been out for over a week, so I feel okay in showing it. I have been running out of colors, totally my fault. I totally use yardage less than was specified, but I have been just going through my mini skein stash. Oh, I forgot. I clipped this so that it wouldn't be too floppy on me as I was working on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and show the entire thing. This is week 1 right here, and I ran out of yarn early here and I couldn't find a compatible orange, so I just started Clue 2. And then here is Clue 2. I showed you the flower stitch last time I recorded. And then I think this is where Clue 3 starts. Maybe. I don't know, I'm not very far into Clue 3. And this is actually pink and green, but it looks brown from far away, I guess. But it looks distinctly pink and green from any distance that I've seen it in person. The main minis that I'm using are from Penguin Soup and Another Crafty Girl, and then I'm just drawing on minis from my stash as I see them. Yeah, so knitting that on US 3, the recommended needle size is 5. So a couple changes, but not too bad. And that knit along ends on July 6th, but you don't have to have a finished object for it to count for the knit along prize. So if you were thinking about maybe making one, you could totally still jump on that. Next up, I have my my stripy yarns that I dyed myself socks. So let's see, last week on this sock, I was down here, so I've knit all the way up here. I knit to the point where I said I was going to put them on a circular needle to work them 2 at a time, and I did that until I got to my last increase, and then after that last increase, I put 1 sock back on a 9-inch circ so that it would be easy to walk around with. I don't find 2 at a time, super fiddly, but I do find it easier to work on 1 sock while I'm walking. You know, that 6-mile trek is easier when I don't have to keep flipping the socks, and I usually, I don't know if you saw that, but I usually like ball the sock into itself while I'm walking, so it's not this big long tube that is bothering me. So yeah, that's how far I worked on this one. I do have a bunch of stitch markers on it. This shows me where I split it from the other one at the 2 at a time. And this length right here between these 2 stitch markers is how much more I have to go before bind off. So this is how much yarn I have left. I'm going to go until this runs out or gets close to running out. Maybe I'll stop at the last color just so that I'm positive they're stopping at the same place. And then I'm going to use black to finish it off, like I did for the heel. And totally just lost my beginning of the round stitch marker on that. Fix that later. And then here is the second sock. So let's see, this is where I was last time you saw it. So I worked up this, and once I finish the first sock, I'll come back to the second sock, finish knitting that up. And I also have this sock. I don't know if it was started last week. It's Knit Picks Felici in the Gummy Bear Reserve colorway. And this was on my 9-inch circular. I had to move it so I could put my 9-inch circular back in that sock. And I worked on it at a movie and in the line at the grocery store, things like that. It's my purse sock. So once I'm finished with these 2 socks, it'll go back to being my purse sock. The last thing that I have to show you. Oh, let me talk about the chunky miter really quick. I didn't bring it up here because it's massive. I will take a picture and insert it as I'm talking. Also, my cat is sleeping on it and I just couldn't move her. So I will maybe take a picture, maybe not. The important thing is that I am on I've finished row 10 of squares and there's only 11 rows of squares. So my plan is to Netflix and chill today because I've gotten so much done around my house. A little bit of cleaning is going to happen today. I'm probably going to do some laundry, maybe a little bit of painting, but mostly I'm going to Netflix and chill and work on the chunky miter and then work on these other 3 projects that I've shown you and try to finish, 2 of these 4 things before the end of the month. Anyway, here's the design blanket, and I am super close to this next corner. I feel like last time I showed this to you, I was at the second corner right here. So I've done this side almost, and most of this side knitting was done last night during a movie. We went to a movie in a park. I haven't filled you in at all on my life. We'll make this a 15-minute podcast. So we went to a movie in the park. I took this. I also worked on the Walk the Block mystery knit along, but I made myself work on this during Moana. So I worked on the Walk the Block before the movie started, but it's just on this applied edging and it's not super exciting. It's not terrible. It's just not super exciting. So I forced myself to work on that. This is easy. I could totally have this done in the next couple days if I just work on it. But I really want to get the chunky miter finished. That's like my obsession. And I'm going to not work on, I'm not going to work on any mini skein, like any of the other modular projects until July so that I stop focusing on them because I finished 90 things and those have all been smaller things. That was a very important phone call. My sister wanted to know what I wanted her to bring me back for breakfast. I'm going to have some s'mores crepes and biscuits and gravy. I'm not going to apologize for eating all of the carbs. They're delicious. So what was I saying? Oh, I've finished 90 small things so far. Over 90. I don't have the count from yesterday. So I think I'm good on meeting my goal on that. So I'm just going to set those aside until July and then go crazy with them again and try to finish some of my actual bigger projects. And then in July, I will cast on some new things. Okay, I hope you had made something fantastic with your sticks and string. And I will see you next week.